scheme only. Actually, the main agenda is the NPS. Like I said before, it's a VRS benefit and also the medical benefit that should be extended to all NPS artists. Okay. And I would request every union and association to seriously consider this. And I also request, because a few people have discussed a few things in the WhatsApp in the last week, and we want all people to share their views and ideas about that, because they would have got some idea. So those who have some idea about this NPS or in other companies and also about your companies, we request you to please share this.
First of all, I would like to congratulate and greet Comrade Suresh and Ramesh for organizing this excellent meeting to discuss about the National Pension Scheme and KPI. I also, on behalf of my organization, All India Insurance Employees Association, welcome the young thugs who are assembled here to take this important task, not only in the interest of the employees and officers working in general insurance industry, but also in the interest of the national pension scheme subscribers throughout the country who are working in the central government, in the state government, in other public sector enterprises also. You are not alone. You are not alone in the battle. There are around 1.1 crore subscribers in this country who are coming under the NPS schemes. Apart from these 1.1 crore subscribers who are working in various central government departments and state government departments, there are another 5.5 crore subscribers to this new pension scheme under various government's initiatives like the Atal Pension Yojana or NPS Sambalana. All these schemes are there. So there are another 5.5 crore subscribers to the NPS also, apart from the government employees. The issue here is, very important thing is, why we oppose NPS. This is not a scheme which is going to benefit any of the employees, whether they work in public sector or in government, central government or state government. There is a basic difference between the existing old pension scheme. Some of the paid pen pushers have written in the newspaper before the budget session that the old pension scheme is a old poison scheme. They are the paid pen pushers who write articles in the newspapers so that they can get some applause from the ruling class for their articles. So they say it's an old poison scheme which should not be introduced or reintroduced in any of the by any of the state governments in any of the state for their employees. So what is the basic difference between the old pension scheme and the new pension scheme? We see basically the old pension scheme is called as the defined benefit scheme. The benefit is defined in the old pension scheme. When I retire, when Comrade Jayamurthy retired, when other senior comrades here, when Kamalakannan retired, they know what was their pension. If I retire and other people sitting in the dais who are the pension optees, when they retire, they know what is the pension at the time of the retirement. It is 50% of their basic pay. This is basic defined benefit scheme. The benefit is defined in the old pension scheme. Whereas in the new pension scheme or the national pension scheme, the benefit is not defined. You do not know what you will get after retirement. You do not know what will be the annuity amount that you will withdraw when you retire. You do not know what will be the value of the pension when you retire. So the contribution is defined. Your contribution is defined. 10% of your basic and DA is defined. For central government employees, it is 14% of the basic and DA that the central government contributes, and the employee contributes 10% of basic and DA. So that is defined contribution scheme. New pension scheme is contribution is defined, benefit is not defined. Old pension scheme, benefit is defined. So they call it as contributory pension scheme, CPS. They call it as contributory pension scheme for the new pension scheme. So we oppose the new pension scheme because we do not know what is our defined pension when we retire. So they say there are a lot of provisions in the pension scheme. I am not going into the details due to the paucity of time. Just I want to say one thing. 60% you can withdraw, 40% you have to put it in the annuity. And the annuity that you purchase at the age of 60, we do not know if Adani, companies like Adani or Satyam Computers, if the pension fund is invested in Adani or Satyam Computers, what will be your return? When you retire after 20 years, 25 years with the hope that you will be leading a happy life after retirement, and if they say your shares are the amount has been invested in the Adani enterprises or Adani Power, what will be the return for you? Nobody knows. Even the Prime Minister does not know what is to be done now. They started purchasing the Adani shares yesterday. From 1,000 it has gone up to 1,500 thanks to the intervention of the Finance Minister and the Prime Minister in a very blatant manner, that the companies, Adani Enterprises alone is showing some profit now. So the issue is now, if you are investing in the share market, nobody knows what will be the share market after you retire, and nobody knows what will be your return. So you have to purchase 60% you can withdraw when you retire, and 40% you have to purchase an annuity for your pension means. And there are two schemes. There are two schemes that are available in the SBI General Life Insurance, LIC Life Insurance, and HDFC Life Insurance. One is default scheme, and the default scheme says if you invest 1 lakh rupees, you will get 523 rupees as pension. 523 rupees as pension. That is default scheme. After the death of the subscriber, pensioner, his family member, that is his spouse, will continue to get the pension, and after his or her death, you will get the lump sum amount. Whatever amount you have invested for purchasing the annuity, you will get it back to the nominee. This is default scheme. For 1 lakh, you will get 523 rupees. There is another scheme which is called as life scheme. For that 1 lakh, you get a pension of 723 rupees as pension. Not 526, it is 723 rupees, 200 rupees more. But in that pension scheme, if the subscriber dies, the family member, that is the spouse, will not get the pension. There will be no return of your purchasing power. That annuity purchase amount also, that will not be returned to you also. So there are two schemes, default and life scheme, and you are not going to get anything in the life scheme. They name it as life scheme, but you will not get anything in the life scheme. And when you purchase the annuity, you have to pay 18% GST on that also. So this is the NPS. This is why we oppose NPS. And there are certain benefits. We have raised certain important issues in this slides, about the VRS, about the EL encashment, about the mediclaim coverage and other things. This is a very important, I am seeing it as a beginning of a big struggle that we are going to unleash in the near future. This is only a beginning. We have to integrate our struggle with the central government employees and state government employees. The central government employees are far ahead of us, even in the NPS scheme. There are also employees who have joined the central government department after 1/1/2004. They are covered under the NPS scheme. And for them also, there are a lot of problems are there, but because of the continuous agitation, they got some improvements, which we also should try to catch first the central government employees, and along with the central governments, we have to fight with the central government and get the old pension scheme benefits for all the employees. The first benefit they got is, earlier there was no gratuity for the central government employees. They said under NPS you will not get any gratuity. Central government employees got the gratuity first. We also have the gratuity. When we retire, we also will get the gratuity, NPS office. Number 2, central government employees are eligible for family pension. Family pension, like the old pension scheme employees who are covered under the old pension scheme, central government employees, when they join the department of any central government, if they give the option for opting for family pension, if the employee dies, the spouse will continue to get the family pension as the old pension scheme employees were used to get it. So that is one option, a better option that is available for the central government employees, which is not available for the LIC, bank and general insurance employees, which we have to fight it out. The third thing they are getting is now, as you are mentioning about it, CGHS scheme. For us it is a mediclaim scheme. For central government it is called a central government health scheme. So whoever joins the central government department, they are eligible for the CGHS scheme. When an employee retires after putting 10 years of service, because sometimes central government employees, they recruit the people at the age of 45, 50 also, because of various court cases and other things. So when an employee puts in 10 years of service and he retires, he is eligible for CGHS scheme, irrespective of whether it is a pension, old pension optee or new pension optee. For us, there is no such provision. There is a provision in general insurance schemes also. That is one thing that we want to clarify also. There is a provision in general insurance schemes also, employees rules and regulations. that as if an employee is a pension optee, that is old pension scheme, under old pension scheme, if he served the industry for 20 years, he is eligible for, and he goes on VRS, he is eligible for all the benefits as the superannuation benefit, superannuated employees gets the whatever benefits they get, these employees also gets when they go on VRS after quitting 20 years of service for old pension scheme optees. For new pension scheme or for the PF optees, new pension scheme and PF optees, there are some employees, a few number of employees, a few, not even hundreds or 200s, who have not opted for pension, who are eligible for old pension scheme, but they did not opt for the pension scheme, continue to remain in the PF scheme. Those employees, for them, the scheme says, the general insurance employees, rules and regulations says, personal rules says, that if those type of employees, if they complete 55 years of age and submits the VRS, then they are eligible for EL encashment, they are eligible for mediclaim scheme, and they are eligible for all other schemes, gratuity and other things, except pension, all other things they will get it. The same things applies to the NPS optees also. Yes, we need a clarification on that, but rule says like that, but still, if the employees across the country are under a doubt, whether these benefits will be extended to them, like the PF optees, whether they will also get the benefits, we have to talk to the management and get it a clear settler. But I am very confident, I am 100% confident, but what the scheme says that the scheme does not discriminate between NPS and PF optees. The scheme says if you are a pension optee, 20 years is considered as a VRS. If you are not a pension optee, age of 55 years is considered as VRS. This is one thing. And EL encashment also comes under this. Benefits, mediclaim benefits also comes under this. So now we have to take it to the management and the government that certain benefits that are extended to the central government employees, those benefits should be given to us also. Because the central government employees are also fighting. They are demanding at least a minimum guarantee. The amount that you invest in the share market, the government should ensure a minimum guarantee every year. Whether it is 8%, 9% like the PF optees. They are getting 8.1% or 8.2%, the government announces. There should be a minimum guarantee of return for the national new pension scheme optees also when they invest their money in the share market or any debentures or securities, whatever schemes that you choose. Number two, there should be minimum pension also. The minimum pension even for the unorganized workers. The government defines the minimum pension even for the unorganized workers. But for the employees and officers who are putting a service of more than 30 years and 35 years in the industry, to develop this industry, they are not getting even the minimum pension. So these are the demands that we should raise before the management and the government, and we should integrate our struggle with the other struggles. That is very important today. So whatever benefits are available, the central government is not available to the state governments also. Now the advantage now is, this movement is gaining a momentum throughout the country. 5 states have already reverted to the old pension scheme. Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Jharkhand. They have already moved to the old pension scheme from the new pension scheme. The issue is Rajasthan government has already started paying the old pension to the employees who retired from the services. Some 520 employees, they said on record. 520 employees who retired, who joined the departments after 1/4/2004. For state government, it is 1/4/2004. For central government, it is 1/1/2004. For after 1/4/2004, are receiving pension as per the old pension scheme benefits. So Rajasthan government has started giving the pension also. Other 4 governments will do it. They have started the scheme. They have started the old pension scheme. But other governments are also contemplating, state governments are also contemplating. And year after year, when they are going for elections, they give it as a poll promise that if we are elected, we will see that the employees are getting the old pension scheme. So it is becoming a big issue, political issue now, as Comrade Satish put it here. It has become a political agenda of the various political parties today. So it is a very good advantage for us that we have to take forward this struggle to see that all the state governments move towards the old pension scheme, so that ultimately central government also come to the fore and public sectors also will follow the suit. The problem is, even if the state government moves to the old pension scheme, the central government refuses to refund the amount. Whatever amount that has been deducted from the employees and also from the government, state government, that has been transferred to the PFRDA fund. And PFRDA in turn has invested in the various securities and the share market. But now the government says, central government instructs the PFRDA not to refund the amount from the PFRDA fund to the state government to implement the old pension scheme. So state governments are in difficulties today. Though they implement the old pension scheme, they did not get the amount that they invested in the PFRDF fund. So these are the issues today, and these issues need why a separate forum is required to remain this important issue. There are various trade unions and associations in the industry, but there are issues which affect all the 100% of the employees, like KPA, wage revision. We had the joint movement was there on the issue of wage revision. Privatization issue. See, finance minister did not utter a word in the budget about the privatization, because she knows that if the employees goes on agitation, if public sector employees goes on agitation, there is a possibility central government employees will also follow suit. So there will be big difficulty for them in the year 2024. So they are keeping their cards close to the chest so that they can reveal it at the appropriate time. So this is a very important issues. There are certain important issues where 100% of the employees can be united and we can focus on those issues. But there are certain issues which a certain type of employees have to take it forward and draw the attention of the other all organizations to see that these issues are also highlighted in their common issues. So I feel this forum is justified in bringing forth some important issues before the trade unions and associations, and let us all unite and let us all see together that all the employees and officers throughout the country, 13,000 employees and officers throughout the country are also made part of the old pension scheme, and definitely when we unite and when we struggle, the success is ours. With these few words, I come to a friend. Thank you.